Welcome back to Space Cowboy. Today we're going to be talking about the Fallout 4 update. Fallout has, as I've mentioned in previous videos, had a monumental few weeks, and it's only going up with a 5 million player count across all of the Fallout games, obviously the Fallout Next Gen update, and loads and loads of cool stuff. We still have yet to see any news about Starfield, which is a shame, but today we are talking about Fallout 4, and more importantly, the Next Gen update and how that corresponds with the Fallout London mod. Now, if you don't know and you haven't watched my previous video, we did cover the Fallout London mod and the effects that the Next Gen update would have on the mod itself, and it is a massive shame some of the things that are going to take place. Now, if you are a fan of Fallout and Bethesda titles, and Starfield, of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more content. We also have our main channel, which is the Wired Gaming, where we cover a lot of survival stuff over there. 7 Days to Die, Mist Survival, loads and loads of random survival games, with a little bit of news, gameplay, and all that stuff. So, that sounds good. Check that one out as well. Now, the Fallout 4 Next Gen update came out on the 25th of April, and to all accounts, well, for the most accounts, it's been a relatively good update. There's been no major updates for quite a while for Fallout 4. The game is over a decade old. Now, if you don't know what the Fallout 4 Next Gen update is, and you've not been a Fallout fan since the show started, and then you've started getting in and enjoying Fallout because of the show, now, Fallout is almost a decade old. Fallout 4, really good game, loads of good stuff in there, and it is a Bethesda game, so it's had a lot of bugs and issues with it, which a lot of modders took it upon themselves to fix and implement loads of cool stuff. Now, the problem with the mods is the update has broken a fair few of those mods. So was this update really worth the almost decades-long modding spree that it has had against it? Because updating this, and yes, for consoles, it has made a considerable difference. PCs, however, it hasn't made all too much of a difference. I do think the game looks better, and it does perform slightly better than what it did beforehand. There is still issues with widescreen support and a few other things on PC, which is a massive shame, and I highly doubt we'll see another update fixing any of those issues. I think this update was just to capitalize on the fact that the show was out, and it was just to bring it up to scratch with a little bit more. And the engine that they use has come a long way since Fallout 4 was released. Starfield looks absolutely phenomenal, and absolutely love how that looks, especially compared to a Fallout game. Yes, they're different genres and they have their own strengths and beauties, but the way that Starfield looks, I think, is much better. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't take away anything good from Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is still an outstanding game, and even before the update, it looked really, really good, especially considering how old it is. But this update did destroy a lot of the mods that people had spent years and years on. Now, alongside that, it destroyed one of the biggest mods that is coming to Fallout, and that is Fallout London. Now, Fallout London, if you don't know, is a pretty much Fallout-sized mod. It is over 30 gigs, and it's insanely big. It is the same size as Fallout 4's map and the Fallout 4 Far Harbor DLC combined. So that is an insanely large map. Now, if you don't know anything about the Fallout London mod, then check out this video here in the top right-hand corner. It is one of the most ambitious and biggest projects, and for the most part, the game has been ready for most of this year. All they've been doing is going through things, checking things, making sure everything is working, fixing any cracks that have come up, and making sure the game is ready to launch. Now, they initially planned to launch on the 23rd of April, but obviously because of this Fallout 4 Next Gen update, they couldn't do that. They've had to postpone it indefinitely, and we don't have any release time yet, or at least a window into when they're going to be releasing it. And the team are a little bit disheartened with the fact that there was no news or anything from Bethesda to them. Obviously, this mod has been in the works for a very long time. There is a lot of announcements about it. It is all over social media. And I would have assumed that there'd at least be somebody from Bethesda in touch with these guys because the mod is so big and so ambitious. It is basically a brand new Fallout game. There's many that are going to be coming as well. There is one that I found recently called Fallout Miami, which sounds quite good. But I would have thought that they'd be in touch with these mod developers and letting them know or giving them a sort of heads up as to what is happening. Obviously, there are a lot of people on PC that knew the update was coming, and because they have a lot of mods, they decided not to update. And then there's other people that have 10, 20, 30, 40 mods that are in, and they've loaded in and said that it's completely broke all their mods. Which, if you thought you were going to load in 30 stacked mods and the next gen update and everything would be fine, that's a little bit naive. Obviously, it was going to cause some problems. But is that trade-off worth it? Was it worth the small graphical improvements that we did get on PC? And yes, we got a few Enclave items, a few other little bits and bobs. But is it really enough to destroy, in some cases, some of the work that has been out there for almost a decade from dedicated mod makers, just for that little bit more of a, look guys, we're still working on Fallout, which I don't think they will continue to do. It would be nice if they continued and added more bits, improved bits here and there, and fixed a load of bugs. But I highly doubt they'll do that. I think this was just a one-off to capitalize and get more eyes on the game with the TV series going. Whether they're going to change anything going forward, yet to be seen, but I do highly doubt that. And it is just such a shame that they weren't in touch with the guys behind Fallout London and said, here, this is happening in a couple of months. We know your game's almost ready. Well, your mod is almost ready. So here's test version, so you can get on and try it out and make sure everything's aligned with your version. But I don't know. There would be a bit of favoritism seen in that, I suppose. But either way, it would have been nice for something from Bethesda to these mod makers, because these guys are the life and soul of the Bethesda community. They keep some of these games running for decades after their launch. I mean, look at Skyrim and the dedication to mods that people have put into that. Yes, they do get a little bit of recognition. I think there's ways that if you do certain mods, you can get into the creation club, and then you can download all the mods and your name's up there. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% on how the modding system works. I don't really play around with mods. I'm not that confident in doing it. So yeah, my understanding of how it works and the ins and outs of it, not a bloody clue. But yeah, understandable that an update would break the mods. I get that. But overall, it is a shame. Yes, the update was great. It's added loads of cool stuff, made the game look a little bit better. Overall, yes, for consoles, it is a hell of a lot better. But they could have just released a console update just to bring things up, because console players were having the most issues. The game was crashing horrendously on consoles. But when it comes to PC, there wasn't that many issues, and some of the issues that were there were mods to counteract them, which I think is great. It's a shame that the modding community has to put their efforts into counteracting certain bugs that they've come across, but it is what it is. Hopefully, in the future, there is a little bit more communication between the guys and the mod creators, because I think that would extend the longevity of a game by even more. And I think it's beautiful that if they do come together, then things would work a hell of a lot better. The transitions would be smoother, and you wouldn't have any issues between the game itself and the mods. But either way, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you enjoying the Fallout 4 update, or are you disappointed because it's broken all of your mods? Obviously, hopefully, the mod makers are still about and are going to redo the mods that were broken, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, though, that's just what I think on it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. I've been Cowboy. You've been awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.